what do you guys want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about?
Oh man, what do I want to talk about? Well, I got a lot of things to talk about. Things in the description below.
You can save over $800 on your auto insurance by switching to Sonnet.
All right. Welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to the Wrestling Maniac live stream, 4th live stream. Yeah, so I probably would have done this tomorrow, but tomorrow's the Super Bowl, and I got other plans. So yeah, I'm doing this on this Saturday. But yeah, all the things in the topic on the banner down below the title is what I'm going to talk about. Get this done before Collision at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Get as much done before Collision, okay? The AEW Collision. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're talking about, as I said in the title, and we're going to talk some things that are not in the title and the banner, okay? A lot of things to talk about. So, yeah, sit back, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Come say hello. Leave things, super chats. Super chat me if you want, please. Really appreciate it. Join membership. Not expensive. And I got somebody to chat already. Hope it's my buddy. The Wrestle Mac. All right. Got some things to talk about. I got a lot of things to talk about. All right. Oh, man. Because it's a great name. You know, like the Tasmaniac from Taz? I just stole that from ECW. But I got a lot of things to talk about. And I got, okay. Oh, wait, I gave you a wrench, didn't I? Wait, let me see. Okay. No, you have. Why is this a cube? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it looks like a new thing that YouTube gave. You are a mod. You are a mod. So I don't know what this is. But yeah, so guys, lots to talk about. Drew McIntyre. I made a video on that. Okay, Drew McIntyre's yesterday. He is not a wrench anymore. He's kind of right, Drew McIntyre. Okay. He's still there. Yeah, I blame Triple H for everything too. Okay. But I want to talk about Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Man, CM Punk, you know, everybody hates CM Punk, huh? Who the hell likes CM Punk? Nobody likes CM Punk, right? Seth Rollins hates him. Now, I don't think Roman Reigns really hates CM Punk, and personally, like Seth Rollins does, I do think Seth Rollins really hate CM Punk in real life. I think that's kayfabe and non-kayfabe with Seth. But Roman, I don't think it is with Roman. Roman, True Mac is a tire flat. How? Okay, I don't think Roman hates CM Punk. I don't think he knows CM Punk comes with baggage. But I remember he was okay with CM Punk coming back to WWE. It's business. Okay. But they had a promo back and forth. Roman comes out, the hostile Philadelphia crowd, in 2015, He's getting that air money. In that 2015 hostile Philadelphia crowd where they booed him and his cousin Dwayne out of the building when they won the World Rumble. But fast forward 11 years later, they fell in love. They were chanting OTC, OTC, right? Oh, CM Punk comes out. And then they had their thing. They had their back and forth. All right. I guess you could say there's not going to be a Zeros spin-off movie. But man, you got two alphas. Their storyline hate each other, right? Battling each other out. CM Punk, because a lot of people, CM Punk comes off as someone who's tries to be real. Oh, yeah, Red's a member. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, Red. Yeah, Red just became a member. Yeah. Thank you. But you gotta remember, CM Punk, every time he cuts a promo, he comes to him, he sells, he's good at getting the crowd to believe what he says. But the thing with CM Punk is that do the wrestlers believe it? Right? Do they believe CM Punk? Because a lot of them, real life say he's full of BS, full of shit. Right? And CM Punk pretends to be real, but he's not. Right? He's full of it. Okay? When the going gets tough, when things don't go his way, he cries, whines, walks away. Right? Right? That's his thing, right? That Seth calls him out, woman calls him out on that. Right? CM Punk also has this thing, CM Punk also believes he's responsible for the creation of Roman. And well, CM Punk he did bring in the Shield. Paul Heyman, when he aligned himself with the Shield, Paul Heyman they did bring him the Shield. The Shield was in the service of CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Jon Moxley, and Roman Reigns. Well, I'm not sure which one. I know 2 to 3. CM Punk was it Seth or Roman? He wanted Chris Hero in for. I think it was Seth. I don't think it was Roman. I think he wanted Chris Hero instead of Seth Rollins in the Shield. I could be wrong. I know he wanted Moxley. I know he wanted Jon Moxley at Dean Ambrose at the time, but I wasn't sure if it was Seth or Roman that he wanted Chris Hero, because I know for sure he wanted Chris Hero. He wanted Chris Hero instead of either Seth or Roman. Okay. Goes to another company, doesn't like what is going on there either. Right. Goes back to W. Now, to be fair, there has been no incidents that was poorly come out of WWE since he's back in WWE. WWE does a little better job of keeping that in-house in AEW. Right? You got to remember, if you don't know Tibbet, Red might know this. Back in the Bullet Club days, when we're talking about the heyday of the Bullet Club days, the peak of the Bullet Club days, I'm not talking about the Jay White Bullet Club days, but the Omegas, the AJ Styles, those Bullet Club days, they wanted Punk, right? If Punk came out of wrestling, right? They wanted Punk. They wanted Punk. If they had an idea they wanted Punk to be a Bullet Club. If Punk decided to come to wrestling, they wanted CM Punk to come to New Japan and be part of the Bullet Club. Punk refused to train. Maybe that's me. I think it was Seth. He wanted Chris Hero instead. Chris Hero was a major star in the Indies too. But the problem with Chris Hero is that he put on weight. He really got out of shape in his WWE career. But so yeah, Punk probably didn't like Seth. Probably, I don't know. But Roman, I guess Roman's frustrated, was pissed if it's as real as that, because on the podcast with Scotty Goldman, aka Colt Cabana. Yeah, that too. First all out. Colt Cabana, I guess with Colt, he mentioned that make Roman look good, make Roman look good. He didn't want to do that. And I guess Roman took that to heart. I know Roman probably did take that to heart. And Punk comes back and says, unlike you, Roman, I've been going to town, country. And Roman just claps back at him and says, yeah, if I was trying to make up for 11 years of walking out, I would try to do that. I would do the exact same thing. I'll try to make it up too. Okay. Now, I don't know if Roman and Punk was the plan of WrestleMania. I guess the Seth Rollins situation came into effect. It came into his injury definitely affected. Well, no, because Seth Rollins will be at WrestleMania, but he won't be in the main event. He won't be. If he was healthy, if Seth Rollins is healthy, he'd probably still be champion right now. But it's obvious Seth Rollins is going to face Braun Breaker. Look. They could do the dirt sheet saying, oh, it's possibly it's Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is behind the attack on Braun Breaker. Maybe Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are cahoots. And whatever. Like, it's just a huge letdown with Grayson Waller. Like, who wants to see Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker WrestleMania? Oh my God. Okay. All right. So, yeah, but Seth is going to come back for WrestleMania. No, look. You don't do. Yeah, Grayson Waller. I read a report, a rumor on that possibly. Because Grayson Waller was in the tag team with Austin Theory. So, like, look. It is going to be Austin. It is going to be Seth Rollins. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that angle. If they were 100% sure Seth Rollins was going to be ready by WrestleMania, they would not do that angle at Royal Rumble. Come on. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, right? They would not do that angle. They would not do that at the Royal Rumble. If it wasn't going to be Seth Rollins, that they're 100% confident Seth Rollins is going to be ready for WrestleMania. Why do that? Also, there's another rumor it might be Logan Paul. But if you really look close, if you really look close up to the mask, you can see some facial hair. And Logan Paul doesn't have facial hair. Okay? There's one person that has facial hair. That if this really hot take, as most really hot take, that would blow the wrestling world universe. If this does happen, if it is Jake Paul, and the Paul brothers have been conspiring against the Vision, I don't know. If it was Jake Paul, oh yeah, that'd be something. But Jake Paul is fat. I didn't realize how fat Jake Paul is. I mean, come on. Like, this guy's a boxer. Get in shape. Jake Paul with a broken jaw. Yeah. Jake Paul with a broken jaw. Exactly. It kind of rhymes. Jake Paul, even though it's spelled differently, with a broken jaw. Okay. Jake Paul should quit boxing and at least try to get into wrestling, right? Jake Jaw. Exactly. Jake Jaw. Because seriously, it has to be Seth Rollins. If it's not, Well, this angle's all good for nothing. Jake Jaw. And now I think Drew McIntyre's rebuttal. Rebuttal. I like Drew McIntyre's response to Roman's and CM Punk. So, like, Drew McIntyre wasn't upset that they were talking about him. He was upset that how and where am I? And how and how they're talking about the title, the undisputed title. To the title, okay? The title. Okay? The undisputed title. The title, okay? Okay. Right? So, but Drew McIntyre, because the Roman and CM Punk thing is about the World Heavyweight Championship. It's only about going to be 3 years old, and they're making it seem like it's the most important title belt. While the undisputed title that Drew's holding, yes, it's been changed throughout the years. Changed throughout the years, right? Obviously, and either unified or gone through some changes. It is technically still the title has been around for, well, variations for decades and decades, and held by legends that Drew McIntyre mentioned, like The Rock, Austin, Hogan, Ric Flair. I didn't mention Ric Flair, but Bruno Sammartino, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and basically he's accused Punk and Roman for downplaying that, burying that, shitting on that, the legacy. Oh, that'd be interesting. Paul versus Paul, right? The legacy of that belt, legacy of that title. Okay. Remember, this is the belt Cody Rhodes is. The belt that Drew McIntyre is wearing, Cody Rhodes had, right? Cody Rhodes had, John Cena had, Cody Rhodes had, but who had this belt, the current belt, the undisputed title? Who is the one that unified the belts together? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was the OTC, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Oh yeah, wasn't it Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Which one? The one in 42? No, 37. Was it 37 or 38? 38. Yeah, it was 38. He defeated Brock Lesnar at 38. That was in not St. Louis. I was thinking the Rams Stadium. I was about to say St. Louis. It's Los Angeles. Okay. Remember that. Okay. That's true. That's true about Roman. Okay. So I see Drew's point. Okay. And Drew has spoken a lot of truths in his promos before. Like heels do that, heels. A lot of heels speak from the heart what they believe, right? He does that, and I like that same promo. Like he mentioned all those names, and then he goes as he was going through those names. In between, he mentions not Dusty Rhodes, because Dusty Rhodes never won a WWE championship, a heavyweight championship. Okay. Oh, red. Hogan. Hogan in WCW, his schedule. He appears, but his schedule, like was very his wrestling schedule in WCW per year was very light too. It was very, very light. So I mean that's the thing about Roman. If he does win it, it's gonna be on his schedule, right? It's gonna be based on his schedule because Roman is doing what his cousin's doing. Okay. Yeah, Hogan was his own boss of WCW. I mean, that's true. I mean, not just Hogan, but that's true. That's true. See, Roman's just doing what The Rock is doing, his cousin. You know, when The Rock was around, when he was there a couple months and so, he would show up. Roman's doing that because he's away. You know what he's away for. He's not there. When he's away from WWE, he's there. He's away for 2 or 3 months. He's probably filming a movie or TV show. He's doing the Batista Cena and his cousin's route. That's what he's doing. He's getting into that. That's what he's doing. Same with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is getting into that too. Okay. Okay, that's what's happening there. So Roman's and it's gonna be like a Brock Lesnar schedule. That means if Roman does win it, the main title on Raw will be like the Intercontinental title will be heavily featured, and stuff like that. More featured on the US, the Intercontinental title on Raw will be featured a lot more. Right? It'll be the top title for a little bit. But Roman's at home, I mean, whatever, right? And Roman's just going to come for like a few of the big shows, right? He's not going to come for like the mini PLEs. He'll come for like the WrestleManias, the Money in the Banks, the shows across the world, Saudi Arabia, maybe some shows in Europe, but he's not going to come for the between shows like the smaller PLEs. Hogan should have hawked off, but I saw the woman's super punch. That should have been hilarious. Okay. That's Roman. I mean, hello, George. Okay. So, and then being Hogan. Okay. Okay. But yeah, Drew has a point. Okay. Drew does have a point. And I do hope. Yeah, they're not going to draft it because what are they going to do? Roman and CM Punk, they're just going to ignore Drew. That's just going to happen. They're just going to ignore freaking Drew. I think they're just going to ignore Drew McIntyre. Be like, who cares what he said on SmackDown? But CM Punk is have to go through Finn Balor while worrying about Roman. He has to worry about Finn Balor because it looks like we're going to have Finn Balor versus CM Punk at Elimination Chamber. Okay? For his belt, the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously because Elimination Chamber, the champion doesn't have to wrestle in Elimination Chamber if he doesn't want to. But it's in Chicago, right? Elimination Chamber is in Chicago. And CM Punk, Phil, and I just gotta say, I just how Roman just called. One of the biggest insults in this week was Roman Reigns calling CM Punk Phil. But okay, Phil. But Phil Brooks. But of course you're gonna have Phil Brooks, CM Punk, wrestle Elimination Chamber in Chicago, his hometown. He's not gonna be there. Okay. This enjoying the show. Okay? Of course he's going to wrestle. And it's going to be Finn Balor, obviously. Obviously, for the time being, and then whatever. Right? CM Punk, the thing about CM Punk, Roman has, he's taking time off, he's doing all this, right? He does movies, TV shows. CM Punk has been doing that a lot too, but it's been him and Cody have been appearing on stuff. The thing is, the difference between CM Punk and Cody and Roman have appeared on bigger things than CM Punk has. And CM Punk has. And it's funny, it's funny because ever since CM Punk has gone back to WWE, he's getting a lot more opportunities outside of WWE. And he's doing a lot more press work outside WWE. I mean, he didn't do as much press work. You see him every week do a freaking interview. He's not getting as much press work, doing as much press interviews when he was at AEW. He's doing a lot. I mean, if he's doing this for WWE, he must really, really love WWE. Punk. Okay? I mean, CM Punk and Roman Reigns, it's a draw at WrestleMania. The WrestleMania is not always about putting it's not about putting the younger wrestler over. WrestleMania is an attraction. Right? It's an attraction. That's why you usually see WrestleMania main events. Usually the biggest stars are in the main events. Usually. Right? Look at an example. Like Jey Uso versus Gunther was the first match of one night, right? But it wasn't the main event. The main event was Seth. I think it might have been I'm not sure what show it was. Seth, Roman, and Cody. Also, and not Cody and Punk. And the other night was Cena and Cody, right? Look, the bigger names. That's why bigger names always get. That's true too, Red. He did break his foot. That's right. So bigger names do always get the main marquee matches of the main event of WrestleMania. Always. All the time. Okay? All the time. This is how it is. And the World Rumble, we got to understand, the World Rumble is not always about putting a young wrestler over. Okay? No. We got to get that out of our minds. Okay. Whoever Drew McIntyre faces at WrestleMania, and I do think it'll be Cody and Drew again. Possibly add Jacob Fatu there. But I do think it's going to be a rematch of Cody and Drew. Okay. That's going to be the first night. Okay, if that is going to happen, that's going to be the first night. Cody and Drew will be the first night of WrestleMania. Because CM Punk and Roman Reigns is the bigger match. It's the bigger match. That'll be the second night. Second night. Okay, that'll be the second night. All right, so, yeah. All right, what's next? Okay, we've got 45 minutes because they're going to end this before Collision. AEW Collision. Red, I have a question for you. Is Grand Slam a PLE? Right? Is it considered a PLE? What? Because it says at 8 a.m. Eastern time, right? To start. But is that AM? AM, my time, AM or PM? Because it's Australia, right? You're not having an event early in the day in Australia, right? Because where I am, it's morning there, right? Yeah. It's a special. Grand Slam is Collision. Is it taped? Is it going to be taped? It's going to be taped, right? It's going to be taped earlier in the day than showed, right? Later in the night, right? Yeah, see, that's a problem. You see, I do not like that because spoilers come out. And look, I love the AEW thing with Dynamite. I mean, what happened to Dynamite? I mean, I'm not going to talk about that much about this year, this stream, but obviously you know what I'm talking about, right? Like what happened on Dynamite this year, okay? This week with the main event, the F Ice chant. Brody King had the abolish shirt, abolish ice. Okay, Brody King is not going to win the title from MJF because I can say this right now: Kenny Omega is going to win the title from MJF. It's going to be long-term story planning with Kenny Omega. Okay, because it's going to be about redemption for Kenny Omega, him for being out about basically Kenny Omega was out like 2 years. 2 years, basically. 2 or 3 years, man. Man, this is about his story. Because Kenny Omega admitted that he doesn't know much of time left he has. So this is his story. His story right now. Right? So this is Bully shouldn't lose clean though. Yeah. But this is really about Omega's story. Omega is going to be the one that's going to beat MJF. It's gonna be a mega story. Because we don't need to see Swerve Strickland, Hangman, and MJF anymore. We don't need to see Samoa Joe. I don't know if Omega ever wrestled MJF. Maybe in the past, but not this episode. But this is really a mega story. Because if you really look at Omega, if you really look at Kenny Omega, he's still in good shape, decent shape, but you could tell he's not in the same shape he was, even body-wise. He was because of what he suffered, what he went through. You could see it a bit. You can see it a bit in him, and he is a little bit slower too. And I think it's AEW. I mean, wrestling carefully it's harder to do because the more the internet moves. But Kenny Omega is definitely toned down a bit, I would say. And you see it in him. You can see it in him. He's definitely not the same guy he was 3 or 4 years ago. And that's because he suffered something that was life-threatening. Life-threatening. Yeah. Ospreay's gonna come back faster than I expected. I didn't figure Ospreay would come back this quick, but it looks like he may be coming back faster than we all expected. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know if AJ Styles is going to go to AEW. I mean, sure. I mean, obviously he has friends, buddies there, but this is really pissing me off because the Gunther match was a career-ending match, retirement match, not a WWE career match. That's what they built it up as, and to me, this really, if that's true, if he does end up wrestling again. The match means nothing. There's no repercussions. There's nothing. It means nothing. And if AJ Styles says, Christ, because he says it's a retirement tour. Here's the thing with that. He says 2020 will be his last year wrestling. He never said in WWE, right? He said last year wrestling. When you go to AEW, just have the rest of 2026 or back to TNA 2026? If he's back in TNA, wouldn't it just be kind of like back in WWE in a way. Here's the thing about AJ Styles. I don't think he's gonna go to AEW or TNA. I think AJ Styles is gonna sign some sort of deal with WWE, Legends deal or something like that. I think he's gonna work with WWE because I think AJ Styles could be a hell of a teacher, producer, whatever, trainer. Okay, it's just that he said 2026 is a retirement year. And who in AEW, who in TNA, specifically TNA, that it's appealing for him to go against? The world champions in TNA would be at best US title or Intercontinental titles in WWE. All right, Santana would be like not world heavyweight champion material. Okay, like if AJ goes back to TNA, you put the title on him for at least a month. Okay, AEW on the other hand. AEW, sure, man, like Omega, MJF, Hangman. Oh yeah, for sure. Will Ospreay, Samoa Joe. Oh. Yeah, exactly, Red. Exactly, Red. I wouldn't be surprised if he sign some sort of deal with WWE. Okay. Because look, I said this before. AJ Styles can still go. He can still go. He can still put on a great match. He did it with Gunther. He can still put on a great match, AJ Styles. He can still go. Yeah, he's not young anymore, but he can still go. You look. AEW has Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is a shell for himself in AEW, right? Like Jericho really doesn't do much in AEW except like the moonsault, the line saw, Walter Jericho, whatever, and that backhand fist. But you can see Chris Jericho. He doesn't like. It's definitely slowed down. AJ Styles, to me, hasn't slowed down. My guess is why he wants to retire or he wants to retire is because, I don't know, family reasons. Maybe he wants to be more around his family or things like that. Or he did say he doesn't want, he also did say he wants to retire when he can still be at his best. Because he doesn't want to be like one of those wrestlers or athletes that retire when they're not the best anymore. Because in sports, right? Athletes retire usually when they can't do it anymore. I guess it's AJ Styles doesn't want to do that. He wants to retire at his best. And he'll be at Raw next week. Rumble. Jericho's going to appear at the Rumble and he'll be at Raw next week. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be at Raw next week. And all wait when he's in England touring with his band. Well. Raw's in the U.S. Okay. I know you're joking around there, Red. I know you're having fun with that. Okay. But if he does decide to come back to wrestling and wrestle, TNA would be special to him because that's how he made his name. AEW would be huge too. I mean, it'd be an old man. The crowd would be one of their biggest signings. Up there with Edge, Adam Copeland. It would definitely be like that. It would be that in that realm. For sure. Okay. Man, it's just I don't know. I just don't think he'll come back. I could be wrong. Just like I know you never say never in wrestling, but there's guys still wrestling in their 60s and 70s on the indies. Ricky Morton, Ric Flair threatening all the time. Oh, Jeff Jarrett. Like Jeff Jarrett, how was? Oh, Jeff Jarrett is still wrestling, but yeah. Okay. I know Sting wrestled into this, and I'm 1-on-1 with Leon. I know Sting wrestled into the 60s, but he didn't need to, right? He didn't really need to, but because he has the money. Sting had the money, right? Eric Young or Frankie Kazarian? Dude, him and Joe Henry. I believe in AJ. Okay. Sting, I feel bad for his son. Okay. I feel bad for his son because his son's going at Steve Borden, right? I think his junior, right? Steve Borden Jr., right? Man. A lot of pressure on him, man. Steve Borden's son's all gonna be remembered as Sting's son. He should. Yeah, he did sell out. Made break his spine. He did sell out. But Steve Borden's son, you know what Steve Borden's son should do? He should ask his father's permission to be another version of Sting. Like a second Sting. He should pass. Yeah, I'll be like, don't go as Steve Borden, go as Sting. I know. He probably wants to create his own character. He wants to create his own man. It's just that I think it's gonna be hard. You know what? Just ask his old man if he could be another Sting. Do the face paint, do all that shit. Okay. Okay. What else was there? Liv Morgan's choice. I don't think I need to talk about that because I know Liv is gonna pick the Raw title, but I don't want to talk about Liv anymore right now. MJF meets Seth Rollins. MJF. Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Seth Rollins. They end up running into each other. So where do they end up running? Well, they end up running into each other during Super Bowl week, right? Seth Rollins works for the NFL Network on the Good Morning Football crew, right? He works for them, right? And I think he works for Netflix too, right? MJF, I guess he's there to promote AEW. I don't know. Why was MJF there, Red? Is it because of the connection because the Collins own Jacksonville and this? That's it? Is that the reason why? I don't know. But so they did run into each other and they take a look at each other like they're about to get it on, and then they burst out laughing, right? Tony Khan? Yeah, it has to be. Okay, and it has to be. And they laugh, right? As you see the videos, there's quick 20-second videos of them looking at each other like they're about to get it on, and then they burst out laughing, right? Like, what, guys? You don't think AEW and WWE wrestlers interact with each other? You don't think they hang out with each other privately or out in public? You don't think it's like, you don't think just because it's caught on tape doesn't mean it doesn't happen outside. This happens. They're buddies. A lot of people in AEW, WTNA, and around the world in the industry are friends with each other. You don't think you have AEW wrestlers when that and WWE wrestlers go to lunch, dinner together? Come on, guys. It's not really a big deal. Only hardcore marks make this a big deal, right? Hardcore marks make this a big deal. Oh my God, AEW and WWE collide. Like, yeah, You call this on it's called on tape, and they played with it. But what if I end up at a restaurant and I see I'm gonna pick an AEW. What's a good one? Okay, Kenny Omega, and Roman Reigns having dinner together. Take a picture. Oh my God, AEW and WWE. Oh my God. Yeah, it's not really a big deal. And okay, it's not a big deal. It's cool to see MJF and Seth Rollins to be an incredible feud if they're ever in the same company. I got a notification, Bella. Okay, but it's good to see. It's fun. It's fun to see them having a. They probably chatted for a while. I mean, they're friends. Like they. My God, the New York Yankees. Oh my God, we're not allowed to hang out with the Red Sox. The Yankee players are not allowed to hang out with the Red Sox. Vice versa. The Red Sox. Hey guys, hey Red. You know the Patriot players are not allowed to hang out with the Seahawks players during the off season. They're not allowed to do that. It's against the rules. See how ridiculous this stuff is? It's probably the first time they ever ran at each other, but it's not an issue. It's not a big deal. Not really a big deal at all. Okay? All right, and Seth wasn't there representing WWE, by the way. Sure, he talks wrestling, but he wasn't there to represent WWE. He was there to represent because he works for the NFL Network, right? He works with the NFL Network and NFL Netflix, right? He was there to represent, work for them. Good Morning Football. MJF was there to kind of represent AEW, really. Yeah, it's funny. MJF dressed like a man, Seth dressed like a woman. All right. What do you want, like what? Like, you can't hang out with each other because they work for two rival companies? Newsflash. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are friends with Shawn Michaels and Triple H when they're rival companies. Yeah. WCW was trying to drive WWE out of business. I mean, Bischoff was. Sure. It's cool to see, but don't act shocked like this is blasphemy for two wrestlers to be shown together in public. Exactly, Rhea Ripley. I mean, look, exactly, Red, and vice versa. I mean, there's been AEW talent going to WWE talent because of shows, because of forever spouse reasons and other reasons, and vice versa. Ricky Starks was at the Royal Rumble, the second Cody Royal Rumble win. I think the second one, Ricky Starks was under contract for AEW, was at 2024. I think it was the 2024 Royal Rumble, and when Cody was there. Okay. Brie Bella wasn't technically under contract with WWE, but Brie Bella was shown on AEW TV. But God, Red, Brian Dawson. Yeah, Red, exactly. Britt Baker was shown on NXT TV when she was the first woman signed to AEW. Yeah, granted, AEW only had one show at the time, but she was there. But Red, how come Brian Dawson didn't make Brie Bella a good wrestler? Like, like it's just not like it's not shocking. It's just common sense. You think it's just people making a big-ish deal out of this, okay? It's not. I don't know what to tell you. That's true. That's true, Red. That's true. That's true. We got what? 25 minutes left? So what else is there to talk about? Okay. So there is a bit of a Dave Finley update. I just saw this now. The thing is, Red. Oh, yeah, Red? Really? Okay. Yeah, look at Jade. Yeah, the thing is, yeah. Here's the thing about, I always compare Jade to Goldberg. The big difference between those two, Goldberg wasn't trained properly. And was rushed. Jade had a lot more training than Goldberg. Shiana's trolled everyone. Okay? Like Red. Like Goldberg was rushed, right? He wasn't trained properly and was rushed. Jade had a lot of trainers, and while she was training, she was on TV. That was a problem. Like, that's a difference. And WWE is definitely exposing her. And all Jade is looks. She's built like an Amazon. Don't get me wrong, she's built like an Amazon, but she wrestles bad. She hurts people. She's kind of clumsy at times in the rings. Yeah, that's true, Red. 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 But yeah, so but you see Jade, like, she's overly exposed. But Dave Finley, apparently their talks have stalled with WWE. But Tiger. Also, what was there? Toxic. Are you toxic? Also, MJF does say you like to wrestle, you like to face Seth Rollins. All right, okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Bro. This is going to be a... Guys, bro, it's okay. I gotta go on a rant. I need to go on a rant. I wasn't planning to, but I have to do this. Red. I made a video a couple days ago. Not the MJF one, Brody King one. Okay. But I have to go on the Jey Uso rant. Okay? Jey Uso makes me want to pull my hair out. He's the only wrestler currently right now that makes me want to pull my hair out. I like the fucking Kit Wilson character better than Jey Uso. That Kit Wilson character makes me laugh because how stupid and ridiculous this is meant to be. It makes me laugh. But Jey Uso, oh my god. Okay, look, I have no problem when his music hits. He's coming down to the entrance and he does, Jey Uso, and he does this and the crowd does this. But when he gets into the ring, the music stops, gets into the ring, and waits, and the music goes on and does it again. I don't like that. And sometimes he does it during the match. Oh my gosh, fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. All right, it's annoying as hell. I love a Roman. Jey Uso plays music again. But Red, don't you agree? Like Jey, oh my god. And he gets blown during his matches. He gets tired very quickly during his matches because he's been doing this the whole time. Do you know how much energy this takes? Yeah, I'm gonna clip that out. You know how much energy that takes out of you? Like, and the thing is, Brian Dawson does this. I don't think he does this. I don't think he does the yes. I don't think he did the yes as much as Jey Uso does. Yeet, yeet, yeet. And then he gets in the mic. Whenever he talks, he says like 3 words and it goes yeet. There are 3 words, 3 or 4 is yeet. And like, damn, no wonder you're back in the tag team. Yes. Yes. Yes, Red. Yes. Yes. Yes, Red. You should pull a Jeff Hardy. Red. Pull a Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna call that pulling a Jeff Hardy. Okay, we're gonna call that pulling a Jeff Hardy, okay? It's so damn annoying. He is just an entrance, and his entrance is annoying. Okay? I know, and when you're watching it on TV, the crowd's into it because the crowd likes to do this shit. The crowd could be into anything. They love doing this. But if you look at the social media, they fucking hate Jey Uso. I mean, they find him annoying. Okay? Okay? It's turning, I mean, man. And another thing, fuck doing the spear. Don't fucking do the spear, man. He's like 220, 230 doing a spear. Okay? The spear only looks good with bigger wrestlers. I'm not talking about like overweight wrestlers. I'm talking about like bigger wrestlers. Wrestlers that look bigger. I'm talking about Goldberg, for example, is bigger. Just like that. Goldberg. Roman. Edge. Bobby Lashley. Braun Breaker. Heck, even Charlotte Flair does a better spear than Jey Uso. And Charlotte Flair's spear kind of sucks. But the girl down there in NXT, Zarya, doesn't have a bad spear. But Jey Uso's spear is like might be the worst I've ever seen a wrestler do. Might be the worst. Because it doesn't look good with a smaller wrestler. It doesn't. Okay? I know he played football. Whoopie-doo, almost every wrestler played football. But who cares? It doesn't look good with a smaller wrestler. The spear, he should take it off his repertoire. And I don't see any of the creative moves he does. All he does is like the spear, a super kick, and a splash. Wait, what happened, man? Oh, Willie. Oh, okay. I don't remember that. I do not remember that. Oh my god. Oh, really? Like, I can't stand Jey Uso. It's just an entrance. I get the kids, the fans love doing the eating, but God, it's more annoying than the what chance. More annoying than the what chance to eat. Eat the what? Yeet. Like, stop it. I mean, stop it. Nobody says yeet anymore. Like, nobody says yeet as a slang word anymore. It's died. Like, I don't hear anybody say yeet anymore. Okay? He's the only one keeping the word yeet alive. Okay? Like, nobody says yeet anymore. Brad, do you hear anybody say yeet? Yeet? Man. I can't imagine the smell of how much all yeeting in unison. It's bad. It's bad. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I mean, it's bad. Okay. It's bad. Yeah, I mean, Red, and you're not in high school, I know that. Okay. Okay. Like, no, like, stop it, Uso. Stop it. I just... Okay. The only Jay Uso thinks is yeet is relevant. Yeet. But I can't stand it. I can't stand the word yeet. That's my little rant there. Okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm checking something on my phone briefly. Okay. What else is there? Cause I gotta go. No, I'll end in 5 minutes. Cause I gotta go in the living room, and set up for a collision there. But yeah, okay. So what is there? Okay. Oh, did you see Mr. Grana accidentally exposed his face in the background? I love Mr. Grana. Okay. Yeah, he's bald. No, he is bald. He is really bald. Yes. Yes, he's bald. He has no hair under. He's actually bald. Oh, Soraya Page speaks on a World Rumble stuff. Not being a World Rumble. She says, "I wish I was part of it, but it was more. It was more to it. WWE has to make that decision, not me. Everybody wants me to go back." Shed is under Freddie Prince. I don't want to see Tony Storm bald. Oh God, no. Yeah, but she'll probably go bald. But Paige, the thing about Paige, I don't know if WWE wants her back because she wants to wrestle, and I don't know if WWE wants her back because I said mentioned about Paige Saraya. When you watch her AEW, she was so limited. She didn't wrestle much, but it was so limited in what she can do. Because she had to be so careful. I know her said she was clear to wrestle. Her neck was fine enough for her to wrestle. But if you really watch her matches in AEW, most of her matches were tag team matches, except single matches, but they weren't very long. It was so careful. So careful in AEW. And AEW is like careful in AEW. They don't make sense, right? But with her, she was so damn careful, and like it was not even close to what she was in WWE, where she didn't have those neck problems before until it got really serious. In WWE, even though she was more careful in AEW wrestling, in WWE, I don't think they would let her ever wrestle. WWE is a lot more stricter, right? I don't know if they would let her wrestle. Okay. I'll say this. Women are more prone. I know in sports, more men get concussions and neck injuries because of because of how much, obviously because of how more physical the physical sports are for men. Like football, obviously, women don't play tackle football. Obviously, they don't even play hitting hockey that much, stuff like that. Obviously, so there'll be more men with concussions in necks and bad backs, but science has proven that because it's obvious because how body biologically, right? The body. Women are more prone to concussions and neck injuries than men. What was that? Yeah, exactly, Red. And you think WB is going to take that risk? Okay, it's been. No. If you remember the house show clip of Paige getting hurt, all Sasha Banks did was kick her. One kick could do that to you. And it was in the back, but look, that's what basically took her out for years, right? Like, and she had a promising career. Like, the thing with Saraya, she could have been one of the biggest women stars in WWE. Really, seriously. But things just got away. She could have been. And I think she was definitely on the way there. Yeah, she needs to retire permanently. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what? She could still work at WWE, but just not as a wrestler. Manager, they tried that with her. She could be a manager. Okay? GM, something. I don't know. Something. Right? But I said, it's like, when WWE, her first 3 years, I'm like, yeah, she's going to be a major star. She could be a major star. One of the major stars post Bella era. Post Nikki Bella era. Because she represented something like AJ Lee in a way. She represented something that fans wanted. The anti-diva era. The problem is she is part of the last year or two of the diva era. And Taria's partner. You know what I thought? Red, because I don't know if this is not going to happen. I had to go watch Collision. You know when Daria made her debut on Impact's debut on AMC, and then she announced a new signing. I seriously thought it was going to be Mandy Rose. I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose. I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose joining AEW. Just because of Mandy Rose and Daria's relationship, friendship, I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose. But I'm like, why would Mandy Rose come back to WWE? She makes so much money on OnlyFans for wrestling. But I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose. I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose could still go to TNA, but she probably makes more money on OnlyFans than TNA can offer her, right? Right? That's what I thought. All right, Red. Guys, I'm going to go let you watch Collision. If you're AEW people, I'm going to go let you watch Collision. Collision's about to start in a few minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. Exactly, Red. So I'm going to go let you watch Collision. And I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Too sweet. Sweet.